Hello, Bravos. I'm back with more books. It's a combination of things. I bought some stuff today at an estate sale, and then another pile at a thrift store the other day when I went to the cemetery. McCarthyism, The Fight for America by Joe McCarthy. Senator Joseph McCarthy. Authorized and paid for by the McCarthy Club. Steve Miller of the Steve Miller Band. It'd be funny if it was him. And J.J. McClintock, Doctor, Detroit, Michigan. This I purchased at an estate sale in Lincoln Park at a rather bizarre house that was owned by Democrats. And I know that because there was numerous signs that were saying Democrats only allowed and all kinds of shit like that inside the house. And there was also pins for the Democratic Party and all that kind of stuff. Which is odd because then they have a book on Senator Joseph McCarthy. Of course, back in the day, in the 50s, McCarthy was friends with Kennedy, so I don't know if these were Kennedy Democrats. I assume they were, because they were older folks who have now gone to, I don't think they're dead. I don't think the woman's dead. I think she's in a nursing home or something. But, yeah, since McCarthy was friends with Kennedy and they were both anti-communist, it's hard to know if this person was just interested in defeating McCarthy or they were half in on McCarthy and full in on Kennedy. Interesting books. Probably worth $25 if it was in great shape. It's not, so just something I have now. I'll get to the older or the newer books. Bunch of Bill Bryson books I got. The Mother Tongue English, How It Got That Way. Bill Bryson, Notes from a Small Island. Bill Bryson, A Walk in the Woods. Bill Bryson, The Lost Continent. Bill Bryson, The Life and Times of the Thunderbolt Kid. And Bill Bryson, Shakespeare. I honestly believe I have all of these books, but I figure anytime you can buy a book for a quarter and it's in decent shape, you gotta get it. So I did. Yeah, 8 books for $2. $8. Oh no. Don't look at my... good, I didn't show it. So yeah, 25 cents a piece. Couldn't pass it up for 6 Bryson books that I could probably sell for $20 if I had to, if I want to. Here's another book I actually have at least 2 copies of. Dark Secrets of the New Age by Tex Mars. He's one of the old-time religionists who were anti-New World Order, as they believe will occur or is occurring. Mystery Babylon, Satan's Church, yesterday and today. I'm not religious, but I think it's curious that a lot of the religious people believe in the New World Order. Then again, they believe the apocalypse is coming too, so is it really all that different? Not really. Los Gatos, I believe, is in California. Yeah. It's just one of those Images of America book, which are generally worth $10 to $15. And when they're sold originally, they're in $19.99. So I always pick them up when I see them, especially the Michigan ones, since I'm in my chicken. Oh my God, my ear's itching. I have Not that you care, but I have poison ivy all over me. That's what I get for cleaning the yard. Can't see it on my arm really, but there it is. It's coming. Eugenics. Very interesting book. While I was picking it up or paying for it, along with these other books in this pile, some Colonel Sanders, Burl Ives looking dude's like, "Hey, do you collect eugenics books?" I'm like, "No." I said, "I do now. I think I have a couple books on eugenics. It's not like I'm reading them and studying eugenics." But he was like, "Well, that's Bill Gates' religion." And I said, "Yeah, I believe it." But I said, "I don't believe that everybody who was part of the eugenics movement back in the early 1900s was necessarily Margaret Sanger Hitler-esque, where they wanted to eliminate people. Some people, I think, were genuinely for like eugenics in a scientific sense, but maybe I'm wrong." He said I was wrong, and I said, "All right, maybe I am wrong. I don't really know or care, honestly." I mean, they're still doing it today. Social Purity, Heredity, Physical Manhood, and Womanhood, 1915. Professor T.W. Shannon, Medical Department by W.J. Truitt, 1915. Essay Mulligan. Some really cool illustrations in here. I guess they're called halftones. Halftones and illustrations. Pictures are really kind of creepy, honestly. Evening prayer. Responsibilities of motherhood. Will he not come back again? Will he not? I know her. Beautiful things, beautiful faces are those that wear. It matters little if dark or fair, whole-souled honesty printed there. Beautiful eyes are those that show, like crystal panes where hot fires glow. Beautiful thoughts that burn below. Beautiful lips are those whose words leap from the heart like songs of birds, yet whose utterance prudence girds. I'm gonna finish this poem. Beautiful hands are those that do work that is earnest and brave and true, moment by moment, the long day through. Beautiful feet are those that go on kindly ministries to and fro, down lowliest ways if God wills it so. Beautiful shoulders are those that bear ceaseless burdens of homely care, with patient grace and daily prayer. Beautiful lives are those that bless silent rivers of happiness, whose hidden fountains but few may guess. Right then, bruv. Contented and happy. Care of the fingernails. Purity. An early morning outing on a horse. An horse is an horse, bruv. The christening. The fetal heart quickening. The movements of the child occur from the 18th of the 20th week. Mother and child. The firstborn of mother's love. An unnatural brood. Loved and protected. Abused and neglected. Well, you got a little pig. I got a little shamble rock clothes and I got a pig. This little bitch has a doll. Father's advice to his son. Shut your mouth, son. What will her future be? A happy mother. Does it say self-pollution? It does. It's innocent childhood. I mean, self-pollution is the fucking mantra of the day. Sexual excess on the nervous system. Effect of the senses. Self-pollution. Diseases peculiar to men. Spermatoria. Men should know there are certain derangements and diseases peculiar to the male sex, concerning which every man should have some knowledge. Man should be able to detect the various affections to which he is liable in their earliest stages. Not only that, but he may be able to himself apply simple remedies with effect, but that he may seek medical advice before the golden moments of a cure have forever flown. Some unfortunate individuals, from unnatural modesty, postpone their call upon the doctor until driven to him by the pain and distress of their malady, and find, when it is too late, they are beyond the power of help. Seminal emissions, spermatoria. Spermatoria is exceedingly disastrous in its effects upon the mind, and most destructive in its action upon the body. It destroys the vigor of youth and is ruinous to the energy and vivacity of manhood. We do not include under spermatoria those occasional involuntary seminal emissions which occur during sleep with individuals of sound physical and mental health. These emissions occasionally occur in every man in the very best of health, and instead of exerting the deleterious influence, they are, on the contrary, indicative of sexual vigor. There are many young men, however, who are thrown into a state of alarm whenever an emission takes place, and imagine themselves the victim of all kinds of maladies. What the hell is spermatoria? Symptoms. The loss of the secretion takes place frequently without dreams. Enervated nervous system. Alright, that's great. So that's that. These are just some random prayer cards and stuff. What year? 1930. Jesuit fathers. Pius VI, Pont Max. The Coal. So many years, I might ask. This is an 1839 book from the Society of Friends, Indiana yearly meeting. The discipline of the Society of Friends, revised by the meeting, held at Whitewater in the year 1838 and printed by direction of the same. There's just different codes by which they must behave. This, I think there's fortune telling and card playing and such, and then there's interacting with slaves. Let's see what that part was. I always turn to the most nefarious parts of the book on accident. Negroes and Slaves, page 60. Didn't read what it said. I was just like, what? But I guess in 1839, that was the reality. Negroes and Slaves. As a religious society, we have found it to be our indispensable duty to declare to the world our belief of the repugnancy of slavery to the Christian religion. It therefore remains to be our continued concern to prohibit our members from holding in bondage our fellow men, and at the present time we apprehend it to be incumbent on every individual deeply to consider his own particular share in this testimony. So yeah, it's a religious sect, and they have rules on everything, and this is their little meeting to discuss said rules. poor, priests' wages, scriptures, sufferings, swearing. Pretty cool little plate on a book that matches the artwork on the title page. Horace Liveright, publisher. What do you figure that is? 1932? 1930, 1927, it probably is. 2SHB. Much loved books, bestsellers of the ages. Fielding, Huckleberry Finn, Arabian Nights, Spectator, Scarlet Letter, Nathaniel Hawthorne. Lastly, there's this book. Let's see if I can't get it out. A Treasury of American Folklore, edited by B.A. Botkins. There's The Woman's House, where I got it from Elizabeth Osborne. It's her ex libris plate, which makes me very happy. Schedule of rates, title, policies, lawyers, title, Insurance Corporation, Detroit. Not sure what year this is, probably the 40s, 50s, maybe. Oh. 1943. Schedule of rates for title, policies, lawyers, title, Insurance Corporation, Detroit branch. Osborne. Book itself is 1944. The Baptist Ox. I don't believe there's anything particularly outstanding in there, but it was a nice looking book, and I think I got it for about $3, as all of these books cost. Cost me $16 total. What did she charge me? I think it was a 25% off, so it should have been 25 or something like that. 20, 25, I don't know what it was. Anyway, that's all, bros. That's all.